Y'all get ready?
Yes, you get ready.
If you want the latest news in the streets, join us and tune in for the tea. Breaking news with integrity. So tell your friends and your family. It's the Lovelyti TV show, bringing you good tea and good vibes. It's the Lovelyti TV show. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe.
Hey tea sippers, I hope you guys are doing good. I'm not in my usual location. I'm currently in Atlanta. So I got down here a few hours ago. I'm tired, but while I was traveling, a lot of people were hitting me up and asking me to relook at the Keyshia Ka'oir and Gucci Man interview. You guys know I did the video, I think like 2 days ago, on Nicki going on a rant after Keyshia Ka'oir went on The Breakfast Club. And I had a few barbs and other people hit me up and say, you know, T, you tend to go really deep in your videos. Can you really look at this? Because something feels spiritually off to me. Because I didn't watch their whole interview initially. I just watched the part that went viral where they mentioned Nicki's name, and that's what seemed to have triggered her. But I went back and I watched the interview, and there was a lot of things that did not sit well with my spirit. And I think a lot of people are starting to talk about this. A lot of people are feeling like Keyshia Ka'oir is Gucci Mane's handler. Even the way she was talking to him, it's almost like, Gucci, you know what I'm saying? Are you there? It's like she was, you know, talking for him, talking at him. It's almost like they were having a conversation and he wasn't even in the room, you know? And so some people are taking it like, well, you know what? That's a good wife. That's what a wife is supposed to do. But I think it's something a little bit deeper, okay? Like I always tell you guys, you know, we live in a very spiritual world at the end of the day. Like I always tell you guys, we don't just wrestle, you know what I'm saying, blood and flesh. We also wrestle with principalities and, you know, entities in different worlds. So everything in this world is very spiritual, right? And the veil is getting a lot thinner as we get closer to Halloween. So if you guys watch my Mermaid Deep Dive, I talked about in there how like a lot of celebrities dabble in spiritual systems, from Ifa spiritual systems to Santeria, voodoo, things like that. I even talked about when Nicki Minaj did the song Ganja Burns. And in the song Ganja Burns, remember Nicki Minaj said the following: they don't went to witch doctors to bury the Barbie, but I double back, kill bitches, bury the body. That go for anybody, you'll be thoroughly sorry. I could wage war or come in peace like Gandhi. So I remember when I first heard that, and I remember that was around the time her and Cardi B were going through it. And so she felt like people in the industry were going to witch doctors to put curses on her. Cardi B has also, you know, said the same thing, that people have been trying to put roots on her and stuff like that. Remember in the Mermaid Deep Dive, if you guys have not watched that deep dive, please do. That's one of the best deep dives I've done. Remember, I did a whole segment on Kodak Black and Jack Boy. You know, a lot of people thought they were just beefing. It's just Florida beef, two Haitians. But remember, I took y'all down the spiritual rabbit hole in that, and I showed you guys that their beef was deeper than them just going back and forth on the streets. Their beef was spiritual. You know, Jack Boy was even admitting to putting voodoo on Kodak Black. Kodak Black said that he didn't want to go back to Haiti because he felt like they were going to put voodoo on him. And then eventually the voodoo came back on Jack Boy. It was a whole bunch of mess that went on with that situation. I also talked about Julio Fulio, you know, the songs that he had called Voodoo and stuff like that. He also talked about, you know, sleeping in graveyards and going to go see voodoo practitioners. So this music industry is very dark and demonic. I've been saying this for years. So I went back and I watched the interview, and there was a lot of things that did not sit well with me. Now let's keep it real. Keyshia Ka'oir, she's a Jamaican woman. Now if you guys don't know, in Jamaica they do practice obeah. And obeah is very similar to, you know, voodoo in Haiti, Santeria. You know, they all kind of follow the Ifa spiritual systems in Yoruba culture in Nigeria, right? In West Africa. And so they kind of follow the same spiritual systems. And like with anything, there's good and there's bad. There's light and there's dark. There's good magic and bad magic. And so a lot of people are saying that possibly Gucci Mane might be under some type of obeah spell. She might have did some type of ritual. In America, in the South, they call it working roots. Okay, if you guys remember the movie Sinners, that was one of the things that Annie did. Annie was the one who was dating one of the twins, and she was a root worker. You know, she had that mojo bag for the twin, and he felt like that's what made him, you know, that's how he was able to survive the war and, you know, come back home and things like that. So root magic, obeah, voodoo, all that stuff to me is very, very real. You know, and when I went back and I watched the Breakfast Club interview, it was very kind of disturbing, the words that she used, the way that she talked, and more importantly, his mannerisms, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and try and play some clips. Hopefully it doesn't get flagged by the Breakfast Club, but I want you guys to kind of watch these clips that were put together. But I implore y'all to go and watch the full interview. It was an interesting interview to say the least, but certain things did not feel right in my spirit as I was watching it further and further.
After each word, and I'm like, you're going through an episode, you're sick. No, I'm not, ain't nothing wrong with me. Why do you think that? You're not speaking to me. Well, there's nothing to talk about. I said, well, that's not how you speak to your wife. And I'm like, you're sick. And we snap out of it right then.
Wow.
So I said, Gucci, you just have to accept that you're not well and fix it. Just accept it. I said, people take Tylenol every day. Just take your medication every day. You'll be fine. Just accept that you're sick. Fix it.
Almost made me cry too.
That
I ain't
damn
gonna lie.
book almost
That book
put him in
made
an
me cry.
episode.
My autobiography almost made me cry, and this book almost made me cry.
Not almost made him cry. That book was putting him through an episode that I called. Actually, this was my idea. I was like, you need to do a movie called Episodes and let people know what's going on. I said, I can tell you everything you've done through your episodes because he doesn't remember. And I was telling him how to make the movie, and that's how.
That's how we started with the book, because she told me to make a movie.
There, the lean is in juice bottles.
Yeah, we switch it
because
up.
he's not allowed to drink around me.
I switch it up, so I put it in. I put it in juices.
What if I was to drink it?
You don't drink juice.
I only drink water. He wouldn't have been the same. He needed someone to help him. And then when we were supposed to get married, someone said to me, you know, you're going to have to deal with this through your marriage, right? And I'm like, I'm cool with it. I'm going to fix him. You know.
Explain it. It's hard for me to put it in words. You know what I'm saying?
Him being Gucci man without me, no one helped him. So that was the problem. No one took the time to like, damn dog, something is really wrong with you.
Yeah.
That's how I came in after all of that. Like, you need help. Let's
And I'm
fix
telling.
this. He's very dangerous. So y'all listen, please leave him alone. Because the Mad Max is still in the head.
Yeah, to deal with those of us with mental health issues don't tell
It's
their
harder.
stories enough.
I think it's harder being me than him going through an episode. He takes very good care of me. I'm not in need or want for anything. But I have to take care of him first. Because he has mental health issues. I don't.
She says, you're sick. Words have power. So she's telling him flat out, you're sick. And then she says she does this and he snaps out of it. Well, that's not how schizophrenia or bipolarism works. You know, so when you're talking about snapping and, you know, words have intentions, it's giving a lot deeper if you're looking at this with your spiritual eye. He said the book almost made me cry. She reconfirms, no, the book almost gave you an episode. So again, reconfirming the negative. And then on top of that, she's trying to take credit for it now that, you know, the book was her idea. And also notice Gucci Mane's disposition and the fact that he's wearing dark shades. Remember, you know, your eyes are the window to the soul. He has on dark shades too. So you guys heard how she says he has mental health issues. She doesn't, and she's stronger than him. She also said that she tried to reach out to Kim when Kanye West was going through his bipolar episode. She wanted to, like, you know, she tried to have friends reach out to Kim because she doesn't know Kim personally. And she tends to shout out the Kardashians a lot. They seem to be some type of litmus test for her. Even when she did the interview with Carlos King, she was saying that she was a billionaire. She was on the same level as the Kardashians. So I thought that was weird that once again she brought up Kim Kardashian in this Breakfast Club interview. So I'm going to play for you guys both the Carlos King interviews. One where she's talking about being a billionaire, and the other one is about how she used to bathe Gucci when he first got out of jail.
You low-key have a billion-dollar business.
I do.
And you don't talk about that.
Because I'm up there with the Kardashians. Way up.
Is that the reason why when you look at the multiple business you have, the waist erasers, you just came out with a new waist trainer,
The contour.
The cosmetics line, is that the reason why you haven't done things to where, like most people have, the billboards,
I don't want to do that.
You don't want to do any of those things.
I don't want to do Forbes. Because
You don't?
No, I wanted to. But first of all, they're not going to give me the credit I deserve. They're going to think it's fake. because I'm up there with the Kardashians, way up. And I don't want any people on me like, damn, this bitch really rich. I don't want it. I just want to keep it how it is and just live my beautiful life with my kids and my husband and that's it.
When did you come to that realization that, okay, I wanted this at one point. I wanted the accolades. I wanted the world to know, like, I have, you low key, I'm not going to count your money or your pockets, but I know you. And I want the world to know this, and I'm going to tell them how you changed my career. You own 100%.
Yes.
And your overhead is low.
Very low.
And by overhead, I mean the expenses of having a staff.
My business and my home are
because
low.
of that, you low-key have a billion-dollar business.
I do.
And you don't talk about that.
And I don't want nobody to be in my business. I don't.
Now, the thing that's interesting about the Carlos King interview is that she's saying that she has a $1 billion business. No shade. I don't know anybody particularly in my life. Not saying that in your life you might be the biggest Ka'oir, Keyshia Ka'oir supporter. But I don't know anybody who owns her lipsticks. I don't know people who buy her waist trainers. I'm not saying that these people don't exist. I know she sells teas, like a laxative tea. But I don't know people who just buy her stuff like that. Like, when I hear Keyshia Ka'oir, I always think about her and Gucci. I don't think about her and lipstick, if you guys get what I mean. Like, I always think about her and Gucci Man tied together as a brand. So I'm like, you're worth $1 billion. You don't want to go on Forbes, but you'll tell Carlos King. That doesn't make any sense to me. And like I said, the fact that she keeps comparing herself to the Kardashians is also weird, because there's another billionaire that she could compare herself to. How about Rihanna? Rihanna's a black billionaire female woman, you know? And so it's just very interesting that the Kardashians are always coming up. And let's not forget, the Kardashians have been accused of being handlers of many black men as well. So let's go ahead and watch the second Carlos King interview that she did.
Only thing Gucci got to do is shower. He don't got to do nothing else. I do everything for that man, but not because I have to do it. I want to. I enjoy taking care of him. I enjoy him just being happy and going to the studio and doing music. I don't want him to worry about the bills, worry about what he got to eat, worry about nothing. That man, all he got to do is bathe child and go do his shows and go to the studio. That is it. The wife takes care of everything else, and I love doing it. And if I don't do it, I would be miserable.
Why do you think you'd be miserable?
Because I want to take care of my man. I don't want nobody else to do it. I want you to pay so-and-so to do this. A chef, I cook for him. I buy his clothes. I do everything. And I want to keep the money at home.
Baby!
I want to keep the money in the bank.
Yes.
I invest. I do great investments. So it's like, the thing is, when you have a man, you want that man to need you, not want you. And Gucci needs me. He can't function without me. And that's what you want in a relationship.
She says that as women, we need men to need us, okay? Gucci needs her. He cannot function without her. Those words give me handler vibes for sure. Same thing with Sharon Osbourne and Ozzy Osbourne before he passed. He needed Sharon, like, literally to function, to do everything, you know? And so it's just very interesting, like, her word choice. And it gives, like, you know, Gucci's there, but there's nobody really home. And like I said in the original video, Gucci's her investment. She's not going to allow him to go on social media and jap out again and fuck up their money. You know, and I definitely understand that. But it's just something about that interview that did not sit well with me and a lot of people. So Nicki Minaj also took to social media to go off about it. She had a Spaces yesterday. So this is what she had to say further about Keyshia Ka'oir.
Took everything from him. She can start and stop his life now as she deems fit. He has just relinquished for the world to see all his authority over himself, over his mind, over his music. Now watch what happens next. And the truth of the matter is, as now the intelligent people can see finally, now you understand why They wanted my husband elsewhere. You see, don't we love how it all comes together? Barbs, do you remember when I kept telling you that the Lord told me they're all about to expose themselves? Every time they throw something at me, it simply exposes them. You understand? That will not stop until they stop. Only one of us here is David. The other is Goliath. And I'll let you figure out who's who. So, when niggas know that you got a real one by your side that can't be bought off, paid off, they don't like that. Now, she just showed the world not only who she is, but what she is, while her face was melting. Now, something about that was poetic. Like, something about that was poetic justice, divine timing, alignment, child. Woo! I gotta jump and kiss myself for that. You see, once the veil slips, it's gone forever. Now, what I do want to say, my beautiful darlings, is that March 27, 2026, I'm releasing an instant classic. The bitch said she had allergy, but she figured she would do the show anyway. Do what show anyway? Who would have needed to see or hear you? You see how you gave yourself away? Shut your silly ass down and go and fix that filler. The fuck wrong with you, bitch? Did y'all hear what I said? I was in another screen. Huh? What do I always tell y'all about anybody that will sit up in your face and lie like that? Is a motherfucking fool. Why would you have had to decide if you was still gonna do a show because you got bit by a bee? Bitch, is you fucking, who the fuck you think we was born yesterday, dumb? Why would they have had to talk to you? You see how you just revealed that the show was to talk to you? You see how you just revealed that it was not about Gucci Man, you silly hoe? Now I can say a lot of things now. And Miss Deb said she want to get in on the motherfucking action too. But I said, we trying to be nice. Since when, if somebody's spouse, I use that term loosely depending on certain things that since when somebody's spouse gotta do the show? Bitch, if you had a allergic reaction, bitch, why you didn't do your motherfucking self a motherfucking favor and us, bitch, and sit the fuck outside? You are that insecure about your aging face that you have lied to millions of people and said, once you seen how... Notice she ain't say she got bit by a bee or some shit that she had an allergic reaction. Notice she ain't say that prior to that footage coming out. Like, she didn't wake up that morning and say, oh shit, my God, y'all, I got this sting by a bee. Or I got an allergic reaction. Blood clot. Messy. No, bitch. It was when the footage came out that she seen her filter didn't come with her outside that day. is when the liar got to lying. Holla. Do I got any fucking body in here, bitch? It was when she saw herself that she jumped. Haha, you jumped. It was when she saw that the filler had stopped filling in that liar got to doing what the liar is known to best do, bitch. Lie. And every day I want you to look in the mirror, y'all, and say, God, remove every liar from my motherfucking face. The bitch is so insecure at her face, simply being her face. You see, not everyone ages like the generous queen, because my light inside, my grace, my peace, my love, my paradox, my conundrum, my truth, my generosity, my humility, my restraint, when I have the power to do so much damage and choose not to. That is why the queen ages gracefully. The queen is queening, and she does that very naturally. The face is the face of grace. You see, you want the after effects. Y'all all want the after effects of being queen. Y'all want the after effects of being queen. But you would never have made it through becoming queen. Now, I'm no psychology major, and I don't know much about much. But boy, do narcissists sure have a way of pushing themselves to the front.
All right, so you guys heard what Nikki had to say. And Nikki was saying a lot without saying a lot, but she's basically confirming that Keyshia is his handler. You know, he's not the same person, you know, he was. But now let's watch the Breakfast Club's response to what Nicki Minaj had to say on Twitter Spaces. And then I'm gonna tell y'all what else I think.
Why would you have had to decide if you were still gonna do a show because you got bit by a bee? You see how you just revealed that the show was to talk to you? You see how you just revealed that it was not about Gucci Man, you silly.
I have no idea why we entertaining this. Like, what?
I don't even know what she's talking about.
Just I have no idea.
Nikki would be amazing on Broadway, but first of all, we didn't even know Keyshia
voiceover, a cartoon.
Yeah, what amazing.
Yeah,
we didn't even know Keyshia Ka'oir was coming until she actually got into the room.
Why are you explaining this, bro?
Yeah.
Bless Nikki's heart. We sending Nikki healing energy.
I just want to put the facts out there because people believe things if they don't hear the facts.
Absolutely.
And the facts is we did not know Keyshia Ka'oir was here. She pulled up with Gucci And
but listen, when is she not with her husband? When is she not with her husband? It ain't even that. Like, she with him everywhere.
Did y'all read the book episodes?
Yes, I'm reading the book now. I'm on chapter 6.
The book is absolutely about Gucci and his manic episodes, and it's about the person who is the closest to him, Keyshia Ka'oir, who also had to live through those episodes with him.
Taking care of him.
Man, what are we talking about?
Yeah. Well, yes, and
I don't even understand how she's making this about her, but God bless her heart. We send in Nicki Minaj healing energy.
But even outside of her being a big part of the book, because she's her husband's saving grace, she always with him.
Yeah, it's her husband.
It's hard to not see Keyshia Ka'oir when you see Gucci Man. Like,
and I'm glad Keyshia was in the interview, because nobody ever talks to the individuals who have to deal with the people who have mental illness.
Yeah, and not only that, she was able to break it down, what she happened, what she saw. She was able to help people who are dealing with family members who have mental illness and the signs to see. I thought that was dope and amazing.
Crazy.
So,
and we always see Kenneth with Nicki all the time. He don't be saying nothing. He always, sitting off to the side. But we always see them together. It's like, what's the problem?
Well, Nicki talked about for a second.
What's the problem that she was with her husband? I don't get it.
Well, yeah, so Nicki did mention her husband on the spaces. She also talked a bit about, she says that the reason why Keyshia Ka'oir was in the interview and made it a priority being in the interview is not because of any of the reasons you guys just said, but because Keyshia Ka'oir is a narcissist. And the X spaces actually got interrupted by her son. Let's take a listen to number 2.
The is so insecure at her face. Simply being her face. You see, not everyone ages like the generous queen, because my light inside, my grace, my peace, my love, my paradox, my conundrum, my truth, my generosity, my humility, my restraint, when I have the power to do so much damage and choose not to. Now, I'm no psychology major. I don't know much about much, but boy, do narcissists sure have a way of pushing themselves to the front by any means necessary. They will step on you. They will kick you. Wow, it ends today. You do not honor Gucci.
Come on, Papa. Wait a baby.
So
isn't that the pot calling the blueprint pink? Like, what you mean? She's making this about her.
Okay.
Listen, someone needs to read that Gucci Man book episodes and learn something from it. Okay, and intervene in this life that Nicki Minaj is living.
All right, so you guys just heard part of that Breakfast Club update today. So it was a lot to unpack with this situation. I do feel like there were dog whistles in that interview with Nicki Minaj's name. They weren't trying to bring up her name, but they were definitely alluding to celebrities on social media, tweeting, having episodes. Well, who has been accused of having schizophrenia lately? Remember, Cardi B said that Nicki Minaj is schizophrenic. And Nicki Minaj, the way she tweets and goes off, it does look crazy. So there were definitely dog whistles that they were throwing at Nicki. So I think that that's why Nicki took offense. And then they just eventually brought up her name when they were talking about how Gucci doesn't get his flowers and how people don't thank him enough. And then, like I said, the bars pulled the receipt showing Nicki thanking Gucci. But I definitely think this situation is deeper. They said they didn't know that Keyshia Ka'oir was going to be there. I doubt that. Because Gucci doesn't go anywhere literally without Keyshia Ka'oir. I don't care if it's a basketball game or up the street. They are always together. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like something about that interview was very off. Now, initially I thought it's interesting that they're trying to promote this book and he's, writing this book. I thought that was interesting, but I said, you know what? Maybe it could help people. It's another business for them because she's always doing some type of business venture. But what bothered me today is the news that came out today. If you go onto her website, she is now charging $525 basically to be your psychiatrist, to be your therapist. She notes on there that she's not a licensed therapist, but you can pay her $525 to listen to all your problems, and then she'll help you out. So let me go ahead and take you guys to her website, because a lot of people are really pissed off about this. So I feel like this whole Breakfast Club interview, this whole book rollout, and them, dog whistling at Nicki was a way to get eyeballs on them. Because they know if you throw some bait out there, Nicki's going to bite, okay? So I feel like they all knew what they were doing to get her to react. And again, in the world of celebrity, all attention is good attention. Doesn't matter if it's bad or good. That's just more money in the bank. But let's go to Keyshia's website because this is what she's now selling fans. And this is why I think it's sad that a lot of these celebrities do not really care about their fans. They look at their fans as suckers. We can just sell y'all anything. You know what I'm saying? And you guys will buy it just because we slap our name on it. So this is her website here. So this is something new, a private experience tailored to you. This is more than a conversation. It's a private session with Keyshia Ka'oir Davis, designed to meet you exactly where you are, guide you towards where you're meant to be. Choose the focus that aligns with your goals. Every session is private, purposeful, and rooted in truth. No fluff, no filters, just gems, the mindset, the motivation to move, whether you need structure, strategy, or simply someone who gets this in your space. Okay? So this one is about starting a business and coaching. Okay? Money management and investments. This is the one that's kind of disturbing. General life advice. Nothing is off limits. You or your family members struggling with bipolar disorder, mental health issues, relationships, mindset, body goals, confidence. If you need clarity, Keyshia is listening and keeping it real with you. So let's say I want to book a session. Oh, shit. $525 for an hour-long session. When you literally could just pay your $25 copay and talk to a real therapist, talk to a real psychologist, talk to somebody who really has a degree in the field. Like I said, she makes you sign a waiver and she says that, you understand that Keyshia is not a licensed therapist, counselor, or medical professional. But my issue is she noted in there bipolarism and other mental health disorders. Why is that being noted in there? Why is that even a subject of conversation? So it seems like they went to the Breakfast Club basically to pitch the book, so make money off of the book, but then also pitch her services on the website. So when I tell y'all, TikTok is currently going crazy about all this stuff that's going on social media. So we're going to watch a few TikTokers and their opinions on this. So let's go ahead and check them out now.
That crazy tail girl is so obsessed with image and that man that she put a love spell on him.
But I have to take care of him first because he has mental health issues. I don't. I'm stronger than him.
Well, the biggest, like Gucci, if you're still in there somewhere, blank, cough, sneeze, let us know you're okay. She's obsessed with image, and she cannot risk losing her husband, or it would damage her image. That's her brand. Gucci is her brand. She's vain and she's obsessed with image. Look, she had fucking hidden kids that she's hidden from us because it didn't go well with her brand. Gucci is dealing with what we call in the South roots. That lady got roots on that man. That's witchcraft. Keyshia Ka'oir has witchcraft on Gucci. He's not a cologne. He is covered in witchcraft. That whole interview was just bizarre. As someone who knows a lot of schizophrenic people, and I've seen it in different ranges. I've seen it in paranoia. I've seen it in mild. I've seen it in high. I've seen it in an episode. I've seen it on meds. Gucci does not have schizophrenia. He may have had a drug-induced psychotic episode before, here and there, but that ain't what's going on, baby. That is a spiritual battle that's connected to somebody real close to him. That lady who changed her whole face. The amount of men that are like, yeah, she's a good woman, da 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 da. Did you not hear what she said? She called him weak. You have to listen to the way that Keyshia Ka'oir is putting together these words. She said she is stronger than him. She is constantly drilling that into his brain that he is weak, mentally ill, handicapped, incapable.
Is it schizophrenia or is it witchcraft? So this morning I was watching the Breakfast Club interview with Gucci Mane and Keyshia Ka'oir, and something about that interview just didn't sit right with me. And if you guys don't know their story, they first met back in 2010, and basically their entire relationship has been her standing by his side while he battled drug addiction, legal issues, and a prison sentence. And even after his release, she helped him rebuild his image and manage his career. There is no denying that Keyshia Ka'oir is a ride or die. She literally went through hell and back with Gucci. During the interview, Gucci Mane revealed that he was diagnosed with both bipolar disorder and schizophrenia. He described having psychosis episodes where he would hear voices and do things he couldn't remember doing the next day. But according to Keyshia, whenever she decided he was no longer having an episode, it would just stop. That doesn't sound like mental illness. Just when she was talking, she wasn't sounding like his wife. She was sounding like his handler. She mentioned how she was his power of attorney and how she has full control over his finances, social media, basically everything in his life. I don't know. Do you guys think that she could have done something to make him stop everything that he was doing so that she could have full control over the situation? The reason I say this is because I used to work with a girl from Haiti who knew a lot about spiritual practices like voodoo and this thing called obeah, which is associated with Jamaica. And when I was watching the interview, I noticed her accent and realized that's where she's from. So obeah is a spiritual practice that originated from West African traditions, and this ritual can sometimes be used for good, but it's also said to have the power to curse or spiritually manipulate someone. For example, by making them sick, draining their energy, or slowing them down. You guys go watch the interview and tell me what you think.
With them, he's not signing himself out. I'm his wife and I'm his power of attorney. He ain't going nowhere.
And nobody can convince me that Keyshia Ka'oir don't have Gucci Mane rooted and motherfucking booted. Rooted and booted. All I saw was, I don't know what she practiced, but you know she's Jamaican, and a lot of Caribbean women, they be rooting and booting up they men. They be doing all types of craft services and spirit cooking. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down. They be doing that love work, that binding joint. Like, they be doing a lot. Like, I really feel like she's his handler as well. This is not to say that, you know, she's not helping him and she don't love him, but the way that I seen people going up in the comments, that's a handler spell root work type of situation that I picked up on. And also, I'm a need for black women to not think that that is love. Dealing with a man with mental health issues like that could be dangerous. It could be fatal. And it also drains you and sucks your life force. Yes, I'm sure she's saying for the bag and financial reasons, and I'm sure there's some real love there somewhere. But ultimately, it has a lot to do with money. Keeping up appearances. Financial gain. Funding her lifestyle of the heavy, you know, substance abuse by Gucci and mixed with her messing with his free will. I think that has a lot to do with why he's kind of flown over the cuckoo's nest. And this is not me mocking mental illness, but I do believe that, you know, if a person is putting that heavy work on you, it could fuck with your mental. Feeding you certain types of herbs. We don't know what the hell she's administering to that man. We don't know if she got him on some type of regimen of herbs. We don't know. And that's his wife. So she's the only one that could get closest to him. And she said, I'll take his phone, I'll delete the app. So what if he really probably needs help from the outside, like Nicki Minaj said? Nicki Minaj called her a handler. He ain't got nobody. She isolated him too. Y'all think about it. Y'all keep saying that's a wife. That's what a wife do. That's not just what a wife does. That's also what a witch does and what a handler does.
I agree with what she's saying, because I see a lot of people online saying that that's how you hold your man down, and they're really looking up to Keyshia in this instance. But what a lot of regular people need to understand is that they have the financial resources. She is staying, she can, you know, people are willing to put up with certain things if the lifestyle is comfortable. If they was living in Section 8, you know what I'm saying, she's the only one working, he can't really work because of his mental health issues, she'd be gone. She wouldn't be there. But because he's Gucci Mane, he has a bag, it's a lot easier. And that's why I hate the fact that people tend to say that, you know, she's a ride or die chick. She held him down while he was in prison because he's a famous rapper. He was a millionaire. He left her with all this money. But for the average person who sits there and waits for a man who goes to prison, all you're doing is wasting your good years. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times once they get out of prison, they end up dumping you. Look what happened with Jeremy Meeks and his baby's mother. She held him down. He blew up. He moved on, you know, to an heiress. So it's just like regular girls need to understand that when you're a regular girl, regular woman, do not put yourself in this same situation as celebrities. Because at the end of the day, she has bodyguards, she has security, she has cooks. But For a regular person, it's very hard to deal with somebody who's suffering from bipolarism, schizophrenia, and other mental health issues. So you need to understand that. And just booking a session with her or reading her book, that is not going to be your cure-all to help your relationship. Because you got a lot of people saying like, okay, that's what's wrong with my relationship. My man is just going through mental stuff. But if I bathe him and cook him and fuck him down, that means nothing. If the man is not invested in the relationship or doesn't even want to be with you, he's just buying his time. It doesn't matter what you do for that man. So let's be smart.
I just took some time and watched that Gucci Mane and Keyshia Ka'oir interview when they was on the Breakfast Club. And let me say this, Gucci Mane is gone. People used to joke about Gucci being a clone. Shit was funny. Went to jail, Gucci came back. Gucci ain't Gucci. No, Gucci ain't Gucci right now. I'm looking at the interview and he's reminding me of Wendy Williams, Britney Spears type shit. And his wife is definitely his handler. You gotta listen to wordplay. She said, I control his social media. I control the money. I control everything.
I have a system. Personally, I take his apps off his phone. First thing I do, I delete Instagram. I delete everything. Even if I got to change his password, I'm changing it. You realize you'd never know about any other episodes since September 13th because I control that. Because you're not going on Instagram, you're not going on Twitter, it's deleted. You know, and I just control everything at home. And now before the episodes come, I catch it.
A strong woman will definitely have an effect on a man changing. But Gucci, he not even speaking like Gucci. She talking over him. Gucci not even speaking for herself. Gucci is a wild boy. When y'all know Gucci to be like that, and it don't matter. Yo, this is what, it don't matter. I seen somebody say that Keyshia Ka'oir put a love spell on Gucci. She did something to Gucci. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Gucci is being controlled right now. Look at when they was talking about the episode that happened on September 13th. We all know. Gucci said he don't even remember what happened. This woman says she can snap her fingers and Gucci would come back to normal. What type of shit is that? Or you heard the situation when she said Gucci would be quiet and she'd ask him, why you not talking? He'd tell you, because I ain't got nothing to talk about. And she'd say, that's not how you talk to your wife. I know something is wrong now. What kind of shit is that? This lady said she called his attorneys, called bodyguards, and she planned a kidnap. What type of shit is that? But see, the shit gonna come out because, like I said in the beginning, Gucci is about to be the next Wendy Williams. Gucci is about to be the next Britney Spears. You heard it here first. I'm telling you, because this man is not the same person that he was. Mark my word.
If you think that Keyshia is not anything other than a handler to Gucci Man, if you are a woman, I know you are out here letting men manipulate you. And if you are a man, I know that you are out here manipulating people. Handlers have to be extremely manipulative when it comes to how they have to deal with their interactions with people. The whole point of being a handler is for you to say, you are too sick, you cannot think for yourself, you are incompetent, and so you need someone to look after you and tell you what to do. And what I find so funny is that a large red flag went off to me when Keyshia had did that interview with Carlos. She said a key thing that really stuck out to me, and she said that the reason why me and Gucci work is because he needs me, and he will always need me. Women and men were eating that shit up. They thought that that shit was some prophecy that Keyshia was saying, because they thought that Keyshia was talking about he needs me to fold his clothes, he needs me to cook, he needs me to clean. Gucci has plenty of money, and with the amount of money that he has, that's not what he ever and never needed her for. Like, did y'all really think that how confident she spoke about their relationship was going to be based on the strength that Gucci Mane needed her to do domestic labor? No, he needed her because they're Britney Spearsing his ass. They're literally Britney Spearsing his ass. You're crazy. You're acting out of control. Let me put you in a mental rehabilitation center. Let us dope you up on drugs so that way we can control you. That way we can put you in a conservatorship. That way we can make sure that there is someone constantly clocking every movement, every action, every thought that you are having, so that way you don't step out of line. And so that way we can have full control over you. And a lot of y'all cannot recognize this because you all think that someone looking after you means that they're looking after you because they love you. That's the sign of someone that is most likely being predatory or an abuser. Men like to do this often. I don't want you wearing that. I don't want you going out with the girls. I don't want you going to a bar because I'm looking after you. I want what's best for you. I want to protect you. I want to make sure that you're safe. I want to make sure that you understand that I have your best interests at heart. You can and cannot do these things because I want what's best for you. I want to make sure that you're okay. That type of speak, that type of talk are the signs of someone who is trying to control another person. When someone is always trying to frame a conversation around them looking out for you because you don't know any better, you're not smart enough, you're not competent enough, you're too ill, mentally you're unstable, and so you need someone to tell you what to do, it's because they're trying to be manipulative and they're controlling you. That is not his wife. That is his handler. That is somebody that has him in a compromised position, so that way he has to be 1,000% reliant on her. When she said that Gucci needs me and Gucci will always need me, it was way, way, way deeper than her talking about some domestic labor, talking about how she's moving money. No, you cannot tell me that in between that time from him getting released from prison and them getting back together, something wasn't done on him to be in a compromised position where she can now control him. That is what is happening.
So, Keyshia is charging, she's not charging, she's offering services for $525 for one-on-ones with people. Now, the business part, even the check-in, you want to have a conversation. If that's what a person wants to pay for that type of interaction, fine. Where I'm struggling, you shouldn't be giving mental health advice. And this, if you're the saving grace for your husband, Ashe, amen. But mama, imagine somebody coming up with $500 and some to sit down and talk to you for you to tell them to take the apps off of your phone. And now one thing mama has is she got her paperwork in order. You have to sign a release. So you're not going to be able, this is why this shit is, outside of, again, my thoughts and wonders about her capacity and the capacity for herself, this is problematic, in my opinion. What say you?
I think this is negligent as fuck. I hate that now these days it seems like people will try to sell you any fucking thing. And then the price is just so fucking $525. $525 to consult with Keyshia Ka'oir on mental health issues. And like this person says, she is not licensed or qualified to speak on mental illness. And this is dangerous and irresponsible. I feel like this is very dangerous and very irresponsible because everybody's needs is different. Everybody is different. And while you might be dealing with Gucci and you have to deal with him and you monitor him and you know his quirks and you know when he's going to have an episode and you know all of these things, does not qualify you to be charging people $525 for a consultation on mental health motherfucking issues. And then there was a few sprinkles here and there down in the comment section that was fanned out. Apparently, your fanned outness overrides your fucking common sense, because if you have enough to pay her $525, then you have enough to get your boyfriend, your loved one, or whomever, yourself, you have enough to get them therapy. I feel like this is fucking crazy. But I don't know, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section.
She's doing what? She's not a professional. See, this is why I wanted to do a deep dive, because I can't stand when people who don't have a degree in mental health get up here and try and give y'all advice about mental health. Please go to the professionals. Leave it to the professionals to do the job of therapy, of psychotherapy, of going to, he needs a psychiatrist, a psychologist. He has 2 diagnoses. And don't get on here and try and correct me with which doctor he has, because I decided not to get my doctorate because I don't want to prescribe prescriptions. And you don't have to prescribe the prescriptions with your job when you get a doctorate, but that's neither here nor there. But you mean to tell me she's doing what and it has a discount code for what? Bring me the proof. Step to the front. You brought it up. Step to the front. I'm flabbergasted. If anything, she can speak on how it is being somebody's partner with those diagnoses, but she should not be out here giving any type of mental health advice. A bird that flew over y'all head. I promise, if this is true,
The people has noticed that after Keyshia Ka'oir and Gucci Mane appeared on the Breakfast Club, Keyshia Ka'oir has added a $525 fee on her website for consultations about people dealing with people with mental needs and mental health and schizophrenia and bipolar. Now the people is upset because they said, Keyshia, what you should have did, you should have went and got your license first. Keyshia Ka'oir has no formal training in the sense of obtaining a license or a degree in the field. So the people feel like she shouldn't even be able to charge a fee when she has no formal training on the matter. But I'm not even mad, because at the end of the day, what is better than formal training? On the job training. Keyshia said, listen, I live this life, okay? I live this life. Nobody could tell you better than somebody who actually live it in the field, okay?
All right, so y'all just saw some of those videos. So there's a wide range of opinions on TikTok right now about this whole Keyshia Ka'oir interview. You know, again, I don't know if she's doing anything spiritual, you know, to Gucci, if it's all copacetic. But I can say that the interview left, it was just weird to me. They were literally talking to her like she was a licensed therapist or psychiatrist. You know, the interview was definitely, you know, kind of off-putting a little bit in certain parts. Other parts of the interview were enjoyable. And so now before people say that, oh, you guys are reaching, you know, these celebrities are not involved in stuff like that. There are a lot of celebrities who are involved in spiritual systems, and y'all just don't realize it, or sometimes it goes over people's heads. But a lot of them do practice, you know, Santeria. I've talked about that with gunplay.
Getting my relationship closer with Jesus, because I was doing Santeria for 13 years. I just felt
a lot of them do worship a lot of the Orisha gods, you know, your Maya, all types of stuff, you know. So this is nothing new, but I'm going to go ahead and show you guys some celebrities that also practice African spirituality.
SZA is a child of Yemaya. Let's talk about it. And one thing about it, she's extremely open about it in her spirituality. If you're not familiar with Yemaya and who she is and what she symbolizes, she's basically this divine spirit. She is an Orisha in the Yoruba religion, and she is associated with the sea. And yes, she is a mermaid, and she is the mother of all. And one thing about SZA, she stay repping her. Like, she got her on the back of her shirt. And then this is another image of the back of her shirt and someone saying, "My water sister so proud," because Yemaya is a mermaid and a water spirit. She celebrated big, like she had lots of friends and family over, and they all was just, you know, helping her celebrate in honoring of Yemaya. I'm assuming this is when she got crowned. I'm not sure. But she had this huge, beautiful altar, leaving out all type of fruits, sweets, flowers, candles, anything, you know, in that nature of the sea, like what Yemaya would like, she left out. Here's some more pictures. Like I said, I'm not sure if this was when she first got crowned or this is just the altar, but I'm assuming that. Here's some more pictures. She posted several pictures. She's extremely open about it. Here's her in front of the altar. Here's another picture of her saying another year having Yemaya. But this specific Orisha is known to be very protective over women. She is often believed to have healing and cleansing properties. But yeah, I'm not sure when she officially crowned or when she got into this, but she's made several posts, you know, for a while about Yemaya and posted several pictures just symbolizing her. But yeah, I don't know if she's into Ifa, Santeria, or what, but all I know is she's crowned Yemaya and that is her Orisha and she's just off. Let's talk about Kalani and how she's crowned Oshun. Now, if you're not familiar with Oshun, she is the river goddess who is associated with the Yoruba religion in West Africa and Nigeria. And she is a very popular river goddess who is said to be the goddess of creation, fertility, love, and motherhood, and just so much more. And singer and songwriter Kalani is crowned Oshun, which means that is her personal Orisha. And she is extremely open about her spirituality and how she just adores Oshun. And she's even made several posts showing her beautiful altars and all the things that she left for her. If you know, Oshun's color is yellow and gold. So that's why you see a bunch of like yellow and orange fruits and lots of sunflowers. She loves that. And Kalani openly talks about how Oshun changed her life. And she made a post not too long ago saying, "My journey has been full of highs and lows." She also said in that post, "I don't know who needs to hear this, but the only thing that you need to become is your best self. There is no gain of superpower or imaginary status. The flicks in Oshun made me strong. She made me joyous. She taught me motherhood. And she made me honest and accountable and passionate. And she gave me family." And she said, "I'm honored to be yours. Thank you for sticking by me through every storm. And may every tongue that rises against you continue to fall. I love you more than a paragraph could even explain." So that was her, you know, basically when she just got crowned, posting her altar and all her beautiful pictures, talking to Oshun and how she appreciates her. And this is also some pictures of, you know, whenever she was doing the crowning with her family and friends. And there's also a video that y'all can look up of her at the river talking to Oshun, basically saying that that was her first time going to the river since she's been, you know, crowned in, and how she was extremely emotional because Oshun just basically changed her life and how she is the reason she has joy. She is the reason she is happy. Just basically just expressing her whole committed love to Oshun. And a lot of people brought to my attention whenever I made my video discussing Summer Walker and how she's crowned Oshun, that it seemed like a lot of celebrities is crowned her. Because you gotta think, Oshun is all glitz and glam and beauty and just seductive. And then you got these beautiful, amazing, you know, singer and songwriters. So I don't think that that's weird that Oshun chose them. And when I say chose, it's deeper than just, you know, ooh, I want to be crowned Oshun or Yemaya. It's different. Like, it's something you have to go through and they have to choose you. So it makes sense that, you know, all these amazing singers and songwriters are crowned Oshun. And Queen Bee is also Oshun as well, too. But it is said that Oshun gives all her people that worships her amazing things. And when I say many people worship these Orishas all over the world, it's an Afro-Cuban religion. It's very popular in Nigeria. Like, she's very popular. She's one of the most popular Orishas there is. Cardi B just commented under my video basically confirming that her Orisha is Ochosi. Let's talk about it. First of all, I'm very excited about this because that means that I was correct, right? Because she left his colors that he represents in the comments with the hearts. So I thought I would talk a little bit more about Ochosi because I feel like a lot of people don't really know much about him, or he's not talked about as much as the rest of the more popular Orishas, but he's still a very popular Orisha as well. So Ochosi represents the power of hunting, the pursuit of justice, and the importance of ethical conduct, achieving one's goals. So he is a skilled hunter, often depicted with a bow and arrow, symbolizing his precision and aim because he don't ever miss. And his colors is blue and amber, like the hearts, Cardi. But it is said that he always hits his mark, and he just don't play when it comes to anything in the justice system. Some offerings you can leave Ochosi is basically like bow and arrows, hunting tools, fruits and vegetables, different candles, and all that good stuff that basically, you know, symbolizes.
I called my mom the other day to pray over me and my baby because I feel like a lot of weirdness has been coming out from people and women and all this stuff ever since I announced that I was pregnant. And it's funny because I know that y'all knew that I was pregnant because clearly everybody kind of figured that I was. But the negativity and the weirdness that people are bringing and putting, I told my mom, like, please pray for me and for the Lord to cover me. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I got my babalaos and everything. And of course, people pray for me all the time. But like, there's nothing like I personally believe nothing is Nothing is as powerful as a mother's prayer. So I tell her to pray for me and pray for my baby, because I feel like it's just like a lot of dark energy. And like when I say a lot of dark energy, there's a lot of weird bitches that like will wish you weird shit on your kid, like stillbirth, death, slowness. You know what I'm saying? So and I feel like I feel that energy.
Part 2 of celebrities that practice Yoruba culture, whether it's Ifa, Asheshe, or Lukumi. First, we got Playboy Cardi. Nobody be knowing about this. I had to pull this out. Yeah, we don't know if he crowned, and we don't know who he's a child of. Then we got Forrest Whitaker. And I actually asked the person who's in the picture with him who he's a child of. And he's a child of Shango. He's a Babalao. This was definitely a requested one. Then we got my boy Lil Gotti. If y'all know who he is, y'all know who he is. He is an Ifa. I don't know if he's a Babalao or not. I believe he passed. He killed himself, sadly. R.I.P. to him. Now we got my boy Jay Versace. If y'all on TikTok in the spiritual community, y'all been new to this. This is someone that is well respected in the community. We all know, bro. We all fuck with, bro. Then we got my girl Jennifer Lopez. I don't know if she's crowned or not. I don't know who she's a child of, but it is confirmed she practiced, and I know this. Last but not least, we got Bad Bunny. We know he practiced leukemia, but we don't know who he is a child of, or if he's crowned or not.
And E5 don't make no mistake, bro.
What's E5?
A lot of people practice it like Señoria or Beyonce practice
How
E5.
do
She
you
a
know
child of
Beyonce
Ocean.
practices? Have you ever spoken with the dead?
Yeah, I feed them all the time. I take care of them for them to take care of me every day.
Michael B. Jordan, the B stands for Bakari, which means of noble promise.
Correct. You know your stuff. Okay.
All right. Who gave you that name, and how do you think it shaped the man you are today?
I'm a Babalao, and my mom, when I was born, I got that name, fresh out the womb, and I just try to, live in that purpose, every day since.
All right, so you guys just saw those videos that I played. And again, this is just to show you guys that a lot of celebrities also deal in African spirituality and different spiritual systems. That's why when some celebrities get up and say, they want to thank God, you got to understand they may not always be thanking the God that you praise. They may not always be thanking a Christian God. It could be, their spiritual gods or, Babalaos or, just different Orishas and things like that. So I think the rabbit hole goes deep with a lot of this stuff that's going on in the celebrity world. But again, tea sippers, I leave the conversation up to you guys. Let me know your thoughts on all of this. Do you guys feel like Keyshia is Gucci Mane's handler? Do you feel like she's putting roots on Gucci? Or do you think she's just being a good wife and making sure that her husband is okay and he's not being taken advantage of by anybody else, outside of her? So let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Please leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on everything, and I'll talk to y'all later. Enjoy the rest of your night. Deuces.
If you want the latest news in the streets, join us and tune in for the tea. Breaking news with integrity. So tell your friends and your family. It's the Lovelyti TV show, bringing you good tea and good vibes. It's the Lovelyti TV show. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe.